And we are live here, guys. It's Dr. J. We're going to do a little Q&A action. Feel free and chime in. Doing a little test here with different streaming software. So you just may see me kind of putting around here in the background. Just know I'm just testing some stuff out. But if you want to put in some comments in the chat, that'd be helpful so I can see how everything works and make sure it's dialed in. All right, appreciate it. Again, Dr. J here in the house. We just did a video before this on mold toxicity. Talked a little bit about how to assess and figure out if you have mold in your home and what to do about it. We also talked about, if you should even address mold at all. Is that a top priority on your list to be even addressing? And so again, we're just doing a little live Q&A here. I'm testing out some new software, so feel free and chime in the chat just so I can see how that works and make sure everything is dialed in. Very cool. So when we talk about mold, as I talked about in the last video, you have to figure out where it's coming from. You got to look at, is it coming from your home, from a leak on the outside in? Was that leak addressed? Did the water come in, hit drywall, hit insulation? Was it never dried appropriately? And could you have mold that way? Do you have mold from a basement that was never a proper moisture barrier, wasn't put in place? Or just high levels of humidity? Not having good ventilation, not having a good dehumidifier. These are the common ways that you may get mold in your home. And again, if it's chronic, if it's visible and you can actually see it, that's a problem. Of course, like the leak in the roof, you could also have a leak behind, a pipe, right? Typically dishwasher or refrigerator is a common one as well. These are, so you want to assess these things. You can always get leak detectors. They're cheap on Amazon. You can get an 8-pack for $40. I'll try to put the link in there, but you can put it behind some of your devices. That way, if water does start to pool up, that'll start to make 110 decibel sound, which is pretty loud. So then you can be on top of it and not let that leak go too long. Typically, mold spores start to form if that water is sitting for over 2 days and not soaked up or not evaporated. That mold spores will start to come. All right, Muhammad writes in. They put it on the chat window here. I have a urine infection again and how to relieve it. And so it just depends why you have the urine infection. You got to get to the root cause. So do you have a urine infection because your diet's crummy? Do you have some gut dysbiosis? I mean, more than likely you have some dysbiotic bacteria in the urinary tract. You could have E. coli, right? That's a common one for UTIs. UTIs, you're going to see the burning on urination, burning when you're peeing. So you got to look at addressing that. What are some of the big things you can do? Obviously, make sure your diet's good and clean. You can look at addressing yeast overgrowth as well. Again, with E. coli is primarily bacteria, but you can use things like D-mannose, golden seal is great. You can use things like uva ursi. In my line, I'll use GI Clear 3, which is a silver. That silver will go through the urinary tract and also clean things out that way. You can also do the GI Clear 4, which is really high in golden seal and berberines, which is excellent as well. And then you can also do things like D-mannose, which is a powder. And the powder is excellent too. You can be on top of that, put that powder in your water, and that is also very helpful too. So the D-mannose is very good. Next, let's see here. Let me know if I'm coming in good, guys. Appreciate it. On my preview screen here, I'm having a little bit of a lag. Let me know, guys, if you're watching. Am I coming in laggy at all with you? Let me know. I'm coming in a little bit laggy right now myself. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Coming in a little bit laggy, guys. How am I coming in with you? Let me know. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. How am I coming in? So everything's great on your guys' end. It seems to be this is more just my preview screen's like wicked laggy. So I'm not sure why that is. It's just throwing me off. All right, let me just keep on answering questions and we'll test this out here. I have candida diagnosis with urine infection. Yeah, so you probably have bacteria and candida, right? So my recommendation would be like that silver, that GI Clear 4 would be a great product with you with the golden seal. You could also throw some D-mannose in there. You could even juice and do 3 to 4 ounces of pure raw organic cranberry juice. You could dilute it in some water and do 4 ounces twice a day. That's all a great start out of the gate to kind of work on getting you better. That's a really good start out of the gates. Excellent. Keep chiming in those questions, y'all. Appreciate it. Testing 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you guys can see and hear me okay. I'm going to check myself on the phone. I'm just testing some new software, guys, just to see what's working. I'm not sure if I have a computer issue or a software issue. Just watching myself on the stream here. Yeah, it's coming in good here. Just watching myself on the stream here. Weird. Yeah, I'm trying StreamYard this time around here. Yeah, I'm trying StreamYard this time around here. I'm going to pause that. I want the echo. All right, any other questions, feel free to chime in. I'm just checking out my CPU usage. If you guys, any techies out there, let me know. I'm working with Restream and StreamYard to see if they can fix that. Everything gets super laggy and super frozen. Yet the stream is good. Weird. I'm gonna pause that. I want the echo. All right. Yeah, the stream is perfect. There's no problems. I'm watching it right now. Yeah, my screen is all frozen. Yeah, the stream is perfect. There's no problems. I'm watching it right now. Yeah, my screen is all frozen. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Weird. Thanks, guys, for bearing with me. Testing, testing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting no lag. Pretty good. So brain octane oil for a 2-year-old. Brain octane, I think, is primarily what? That's like C8. I think it's C8. So capric, caprylic, caproic. I think it's C8 or C10. That's a medium chain triglyceride. I have no problem giving that to a kiddo. I mean, the easiest way is, well, one, don't go too much where you cause disaster pants, right? You get massive diarrhea, loose stools. You can also just slip it in a smoothie. That's an easy way to do it. You could also just put a little bit on their vegetables. If you steam some vegetables at all, and they're going to have that, you could easily do that right on their vegetables. I have no problem with that at all. That's actually really good. Any idea the best place to order methylene blue, in your opinion? Not sure. I know methylene blue can be used for like candida and some antimicrobial stuff. I know it can also be used to address certain viruses. I know that as well. Yeah, so methylene blue, yep, familiar with that. Not sure the best place to use it though, but I've heard good things about it for certain viruses and things like that. Could you take a cranberry tablet instead of cranberry juice? Yeah, you could definitely do that. You can get like a raw cranberry extract, get some D-mannose powder, get some uber ursi, get some silver, just hydrate it enough to really ensure that you have that good hydration there, just so you're flushing those ureters out. Your ureters essentially go kidneys to bladder, urethra goes bladder out the genitals, right? So then you just really do a lot of water to get that urethra flushed out, because that bacteria is just typically all adhesed in that urethra, just causing a lot of inflammation. Good. Glad you guys can hear me. I just got this big lag on my screen. I wish you guys could see it. So I'm on the screen seeing this, but it's like frozen and stuck, and my computer's stuck, yet the stream is perfect, which is just odd. It's kind of a new thing for the last month, so just trying to fix it. It's like jumping on a phone call and having an echo and everything around. It's hard to keep your train of thought. Appreciate it, guys. Does L-ornithine play a significant role in mycotoxin detoxification? I mean, there's what's it? The arginine cycle. Ornithine's pretty important for like glutathione. I think it's not glutathione. I think HGH is a big one. I think it's also important in the I think it's the urea cycle. I'd have to look at my biochemistry textbook, but I don't think it plays a huge role, because when I look at like organic acid testing in phase 2 detoxification, almost always that's going to be on the sulfur side. I don't think ornithine's a big sulfur amino. Usually that's like cysteine, glutamine, glycine, taurine, methionine, glutamine. Those are going to typically be the big ones. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm still having the same issue here with StreamYard, so we'll just have to see. I may have to do a refresh on my computer and see what we got to do, but I appreciate it, y'all. All right, thanks a lot. I'm going to chime out. I'll be back again real soon. Take care, y'all.